as you know, it's in an area called Little Saigon. There's a lot of Vietnamese restaurants in that area and a lot of Vietnamese folks living around that neighborhood. Hai Yen is right in the middle of the neighborhood. It's extremely authentic, and the food is authentic and delicious. Rivals anything that we had when we were in Vietnam.
I would somewhat agree with you. I think we overorder. So, you know, when you order 15 things off of a menu with 800 choices, you're going to wind up with some things that just don't live up. But overall, I definitely liked it.
I mean, I think that the quality of the ingredients they use, everything
Yeah, I would
fresh.
agree with that.
A lot of the authentic dishes also, it's accessible to visitors. You can ask questions, but it's also very real. They have a lot of the real unique dishes that you would get when while you were in Vietnam.
The snapper, we got that, and that was fabulous. I thought that was one of the best snappers I've had anywhere. You didn't like it?
No,
Really?
I went in and when I went to that restaurant, I had never been to a Vietnamese restaurant before, first of all, and so it was a unique neighborhood. It reminded me sort of Chinatown since I hadn't been there. I like spicy food, and I said, "What's good and spicy on here?" She said, "This red snapper." So I ordered that, and they piled on the peppers and everything. And
It's that salsa.
The
like
salsa.
The chopped pepper salsa.
The one thing that I had is it appeared as though the fish itself hadn't been seasoned.
I will agree with you on that point, is they put the sauce on the bottom, kind of like a creme
Exactly, so it sits in it.
anglaise for dessert, and then they don't flip it.
Exactly.
So you have to realize that when the top's a little dry, you have to flip this fish
flip it
over
over.
and let it absorb some of the sauce.
After I took it all apart, I found that out. Right.
We ordered the boiled beef soup. I just found it to be very not flavorful, and that sort of was a disappointment because it started out really high. I was like, oh, this place is a double yum.
Right.
And then when we got to that soup, and to the 7 courses of beef, it was very dry and very charred, and maybe it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, see, I thought the opposite. It was real cuts of beef, first of all, and they were tender and delicious, and the sauce was a light sauce, but just perfect.
I had the spring rolls for an appetizer, and then at the end, we ordered the dessert, which was the
banana and tapioca?
Yeah. It tastes,
the presentation's plain,
yeah,
but the flavor is strong.
much better than it
looks.
looked. Would you agree with that?
Exactly. I totally agree with that.
You know, compared to Chinese food, it's certainly less oily and more brothy, soupy. There's a lot of things in broth and in soup, which in turn makes it lighter. You know, when you eat a Vietnamese meal, you feel sort of healthy.